OPD count has doubled. Apart from increase in OPD patients coming to emergency with acute breathing problem.
Very harmful gases that are released into the atmosphere.
ये पोल्यूशन अब से थोड़ी 10 साल से 15 साल से चल रहा है. इसका कोई स्थायी इलाज नहीं है जब तक सरकार इसके ऊपर गंभीर रूप से काम नहीं करेगी.
We cannot just say geography. Delhi was always like this. So there are multiple factors.
तो enforcement नहीं हो पा रही, जो proper coordination नहीं हो पा रही.
Air pollution is actually making us lose about 3% of our GDP.
हम उनके समाधान और सवालों का जवाब भी ढूंढ रहे हैं.
The good news is that we can do something about it.
गंभीर रूप से सोचो, एक स्थायी इलाज निकालो.
Delhi NCR's air quality plunged to a hazardous category on November 20th and 21st, with the air quality index AQI touching 400 in some areas of Delhi, Noida and Ghaziabad. A few sources say the AQI has hit 500, the severe category. The AQI, which means the air quality index, is a public health indicator that reflects how clean or polluted the air is, using simple numerical values and categories ranging from good to severe. It is calculated based on 8 major pollutants: PM10, PM2.5, ozone, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, lead and ammonia, as defined by the Central Pollution Control Board. So with AQI climbing up, you now understand the reason for constant coughing, breathlessness and nasal congestion, raising alarm over escalating health risks. Visibility drops to 800 meters. While temperatures remain normal, a dense layer of toxic smog continues to blanket the region. Several pollution hotspots signal worsening of environmental and health conditions.
Sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, ozone, methane, black carbon, and all of this together actually, forms a very toxic mix. We have seen the increase in non-communicable diseases in India, whether it is chronic lung disease or lung cancer, diabetes. More and more we are seeing cases of neurological diseases, dementia, and particularly worrying is the impact on young children.
The question is, why is Delhi suffering? According to the Central Pollution Control Board, falling temperatures and stagnant wind patterns have prevented and trapped pollutants from dispersing, trapping hazardous particulate matter close to the ground.
Delhi lies in the center of the plains. So we are surrounded from all areas by land only. So that which can clear the air around. And we have lot of farms. So farm fire, the stable burning always is an issue. Apart from that, the geography in terms that winters are quite harsh here. So the cold air has a tendency that wind speed is low. The air clearance becomes very slow.
Data from CPCB Sameer app showed Wazirpur emerging as one of the most polluted locations with an AQI of 477, placing it squarely in the severe category. Several pollution hotspots including Anand Vihar, RK Puram, Punjabi Bagh, Mundka, Jahangirpuri, Buradi Crossing and Bhavana recorded AQIs above 400. These were among the 21 locations that recorded severe air quality according to CPCB data. The toxic air extended beyond Delhi into the broader NCR, with Ghaziabad reporting an AQI of 422, followed by Greater Noida 420 and Noida 409, all falling under the severe category. GRAP 3 in Delhi. With air quality deteriorating over the past weeks, the Commission for Air Quality Management enforced GRAP 3 restrictions on November 11, which include ban on non-essential construction and demolition, tightened industrial regulations, restrictions on vehicular movement, measures to curb dust and local emissions. Meanwhile, public frustration over the capital's persistent smog crisis began to spill onto the streets. But the demonstrations could not sustain due to the busy lifestyles, health and survival struggles among Delhiites.
हमने उनसे आग्रह किया है जो ग्रैब की रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हैं वो प्रॉपर लागू हो रही है नहीं हो रही, इसकी भी एक मॉनिटरिंग हो जाए, चेक हो जाए, और इनके थर्ड पार्टी जो हैं ऐसे लोग जिनके मन में दर्द और पीड़ा है, अगर ये करेंगे तो ईमानदारी से करेंगे, इनकी उसमें भी हमने हेल्प लेने की कोशिश की है.
It is not an insurmountable problem. What we need are a few things. First is that we need an agency or a body that is handling the pollution, or even this is true for other environmental health hazards as well. It has to be very well equipped scientifically and technically, because the approach to handle air pollution has to be based on science. Secondly, we need effective governance. There needs to be some kind of a empowered body. Thirdly, it would require financing. It's a long-term plan we need to make. This is not something that will be achieved in one season or 2 seasons.
Whereas the Supreme Court has also asked the centre to devise a comprehensive long-term strategy to tackle air pollution as the national capital continues to gasp for clean air.